welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Gina, and that's spelled Gena. I am of Norwegian descent. Fun little fact. Okay, so today we are jumping into Brave Little Taylor's new set for Illustrated Faith called Reason to Rejoice. And I love this set. I'm really loving this color scheme that Illustrated Faith has going this month. And Taylor just knocked this one out of the park with these cute little snowmen, and she's got phrases that are wrapped in Christmas lights. She's given us some poinsettias and some little ivy. Is that ivy? Holly berries. So hollyberry leaves. And I just want to read what her heart is behind this set. And she says, "There's a sparkling thread that weaves through the story of Christ's nativity, rejoicing. Mary sang for joy. The wise men were overwhelmed with joy. The shepherds praised God after the angels announced the good news of great joy. Christmas is the best reason to rejoice the world has ever known. This set celebrates the joy of Jesus with sweet snowmen, snow globes, wintry floral branches, and more. Be sure to check out this and the coordinating papers." So Taylor has two releases. She's got the cute little ephemera that goes with Reason to Rejoice and the cards, and then she also has pattern paper. And because I'm doing this in my traveler's notebook, I have the ephemera portion as well as the cards printed on clear sticker paper. That's how I've pretty much been working through my book. And I also did the cards on clear sticker paper because I knew I wanted to incorporate one or two in. So I have the pattern paper on a thin cardstock. I love these colors. I would have never really thought to use like a mint green and an orange together, but I'm loving it. And here's my traveler's notebook. This is filled with a year of Taylor's sets, and I'm so stoked to be finishing it off with a Reason to Rejoice, and it worked out perfectly. Like, God had a plan for me with this, and I'm going to share the whole book. I think it'll be a really neat flip through and just kind of walk you through my journey this year. My heart has grown immensely for Jesus. I have really learned how to study in the Bible, and I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. So I'm going to get fussy cutting here, and then I'm going to jump in and show you my process. Okay, so I have them cut and we're ready to go, and I like just kind of showing them a little bit because I think like the little images look very different cut and away from each other. I think that they can stand alone and they can be mixed and matched with others. And if you've seen any other of my videos, I like to lay everything out. I'm a visual person. I like to see what is in front of me and kind of come up with my concept from there. So this particular set did not come with a devotional. So when there is not a devotional and Taylor's included Bible verses, like especially if she has them in like the little boxes like she has and that Christmas tree has one in, I will follow her lead because I believe in Taylor's heart, and I know that everything that she creates comes from a place where God has connected her. So I'm going to get into a little bit of the study here in a minute, but for now, I just like to start with my main pieces, and these are a little bit bigger pieces doing squares. And yes, this is a graph paper traveler's notebook, but it doesn't bother me. Like, I actually like the lines in the back because I can line everything up, and then once I go to edit this for a photo, usually the lines kind of blur out on. That's just for photo wise, but I still want it to look nice in my book, and I'm totally cool with the graph paper behind. I kind of think it adds a little something, you know. So my focus was to use these squares and then to also use the snowmen. I was thinking about bringing in some snow globes, and I decided not to do that. I knew I only had 3 pages left in my traveler's notebook, and I really wanted to make sure that I had room to write and say my prayers or write my prayers, and then also to get creative. So now I just wanted to pull out my Bible and review the verses. I pretty much know all these pretty well, but it's nice to just, give yourself a little review. So I started with Matthew 2:10, and Matthew 2:10 says, "When they saw the star, they were filled with joy." And the whole set's about rejoicing and joy, and I think it's so incredible. And now I don't know if Instagram, I don't know if YouTube's gonna let me keep this in, so I just kept a tiny little snippet of Taylor speaking. She's really good about going on and sharing her heart behind her set. So if you don't follow her on Instagram, she's at Brave Little Taylor, and I would follow her, especially if you're doing her sets and you want to know her heart behind it. She shares it every single month. So now I'm going in and I'm writing. This is after I've taken notes and I've listened to what Taylor has to say, and I want to get my writing in before I come in and decorate anything else. And I'm basically just going in, and because this is my last set in this traveler's notebook, I wanted to just remind myself how much I love Taylor, how much she teaches us. And then this set is based on, she kind of talked about it like as an exclamation point, that Jesus is all in when you get that exclamation point. And I loved that. And obviously when the wise men went to see Jesus, they were rejoicing and super joyful, and it all just ties together. Like, there's an interesting part where Mary goes to see Elizabeth when she is pregnant with John the Baptist, and it says in the Bible that John the Baptist, as a fetus inside Elizabeth, leapt when Mary came to visit. Like, wow. So that just goes to show that anyone who was around Jesus or knew that he was the Messiah and actually believed in him and what he was going to do, they rejoiced and they were joyful. And it is so, so powerful. I love it so much. I've always found it interesting to learn from other people. Like, one thing that Bible journaling and this community on YouTube and online on Instagram, like, there's a lot of people that can teach you a lot just from their own experience. And I believe that is how God wants us to be. He wants us not only to be in community, he wants us to share our stories and share our testimonies. And that is a big way that we can help other people find and follow Jesus. It's helped me. My story, my testimony, our testimonies is actually quite powerful, and I plan on sharing it. But I've listened to a lot of people talk and what they've gone through, and it just like verifies why I love Jesus so much and why I know he's the Messiah, why he is our hope, why I rejoice in him, why he's my joy. There is so much to learn still, but at the same time, there's already so much that we already know. And as we're wrapping up the end of 2021, it is a great time to just remember truly what the reason is for this season. Like, I know people always say Jesus is the reason for the season, but like, how many people actually believe that and let go of the worldly things that are focused on and just focus on Jesus? It's hard to do, like, especially if you have become a Christian later in life or you're accustomed to certain things. Like, we just need to shift our focus and stand in a posture for Jesus. And that's where I'm at. There's my little study tidbit for this video. I'm trying to put a little one in each one. So let me just also say, as a disclaimer, I am not a pastor. I am not a Bible scholar. I am just a girl who loves Jesus and is trying to share my heart. I am in no way trying to pretend that I know even 25% of the Bible. I don't. It's just me trying to share my thoughts, and maybe if it helps one person, then that's great. But I don't want you to think that I think I know it all, because I'm still learning and I will be learning the rest of my life. So I just wanted to make sure that I put that as a little disclaimer in there because I don't want anybody thinking that I think I know everything or even remotely everything. So there's that. Now, back to this little process. I really, really enjoy coming in and filling in the page. I like to have things outlined in a traveler's notebook and in a journal for some reason. I've always kind of liked that. And here on the back page, I really wanted to finish it with Taylor's little saying. Well, not saying, it's part of a verse. It's good news of great joy for all people on the left side. I love how she just tied in the Christmas lights there, and then on the right side I put in the snow globe. Lost track there for a second. The snow globes, God so loved the world, John 3:16. I thought it would be an interesting way to end the book because it kind of contradicts how you learn or how you become a Christian. That was the first verse that I was ever told to learn, was John 3:16, and here I am now ending a traveler's notebook with that book or that Bible verse. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm sharing it anyway. I'm leaving it in. I realized that one thing that's kind of confusing with this is I usually don't flip back and forth between pages. This just happens to be the final page in this TN, and I wanted to finish it with this set. So I don't normally do this. I don't know if that's been a little chaotic. Watching it back, I don't know if that was the best idea, but it's wrapped all in together. So like I said, on this last page, I used the little card that says God so loved the world, John 3:16, and on the left side, I'm just filling in around the good news of great joy for all people with the extra snowflakes. What I'm going to do on the right side, I don't know if you can see, I drew some lines and I'm just writing out John 3:16 there. So I'm getting towards the end of the video. If you guys hung in this long and listened to me ramble, that's awesome. You're a real one. Thank you. And also, if you're this far and you're not subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe and become a part of my little family, my little group over here on YouTube. I love it over here so much, and I'm really enjoying this. So, hope y'all are doing well, and God bless you.